Let's talk about the vision. And let's have fun, guys.
Hello, hello. Welcome to everyone. Guess what? It is Monday night again, and we are so happy that you have joined us here at the Igloo. Depending on where you are in America this afternoon or this evening, it's probably rather chilly outside, so we're happy to provide you with some warmth. This evening, I think we have something very exciting prepared for you. We're actually going to be talking about the vision of Level Up. Some of you that have been joining us over the past few weeks have gotten an inkling of um, what we're about heart wise, but may not know the ins and outs and the I's dotted and the T's crossed version of exactly what we're trying to accomplish. And we're going to try to give you a bird's eye blueprint of that this evening. Um, Krista, if I may pitch this back to you in the form of a question, um, asking this question for our viewers: if someone were to come to you and say, "What are the visions and the goals for Level Up, and who exactly is this for? How can this help me?" How would you respond to them?
As far as the who, I think it's sort of two pronged because it's the who of who has built it already, which is the same type of people that we're reaching out to. So, who it's by and who it's for, it's the same. We're not some experts, gurus. We have individually everybody that is a part of this. I wrote down names a couple of weeks ago and I took a regular sheet of notebook paper and I filled up an entire page and went halfway through the second page of people that have been a part of building this. And the people that are building this are people that see and want more for their life and are not quite sure how to get there, how to leverage it, or how to even heal um, in a lot of aspects like uh, trauma or emotionally or spiritually. If you have left the church like I did for 10 years, if you left the church because you just don't feel loved by God, um, therefore you don't feel loved by people. I've brought a group of people together in building this over the past 5 years now, um, and they're just people. We are all just like us three, and everybody who's helped take part in this, whether it be through a co-hosting a mini series on the podcast or um, working on the immigration and political climate efforts that we're trying to do, or this YouTube live that Marcus, you said yes to host, even though you weren't even a part of any other part of Level Up and had no idea where we're going, what we're doing. You said yes because you saw something. And we are just broken people coming together. So the people that we are built for are exactly us. We're just broken people that want to do better and might not necessarily feel like we're worthwhile or valuable, or we struggle with things like chronic illness that people don't understand, or anxiety attacks and depression that people don't understand, or narcissism, or working down emotions and triggers and um, professional development, even how to decide what you are good at, what you can offer the world, and how to get paid for it career wise, professional development. You know, people that need help with a resume, that can be that click thing to get them the job, but they need help with the resume and they can't afford to pay for it. I want My desire and my vision is to build a collective, eventually a ranch with property, to create lifelines for people that need it. whether it's something practical, like ask dad about, like dial a dad about plumbing, or emotional and or spiritual, and needing help walking through very, very hard things in life without feeling judgment. There's a lot of aspects to this that I want to create. My vision is to help people the same way that the people who have built this, including myself, have been helped. And that's why we're all here as a collective, because the people that have joined the family, they don't want to leave. They, as small a part as they may play, one phone call with me giving me advice on how to overcome fear, based on the fact that fear is false evidence appearing real. That is what fear is. And if you don't know how to navigate that, and just need help and friends, I want to create aspects that people can reach out for help, whether it be writing into a um, Dear Abby type of column that we are developing right now, or being able to ask for help to cook a simple dish that everybody seems to know how to make, but you don't, because you didn't have someone to teach you that, and you feel embarrassed to ask. And I want to create real, raw, authentic, vulnerable connections, and I want to grow. And so for that, we need more power, more manpower, and more money. So in a nutshell, that's my vision. We're just people building a vision for other people that are just like us. None of us are better or worse. Everybody can come to the table, and anybody can feel welcome to come help us build with, the gaps that we still have, because we're just people. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're entering 2026 after having just launched the podcast and the video series in the past couple of months, and now we're figuring out where to go from here. So we have the ideas, we have the goals, and the who. It's just a matter of who wants to come, because this is for anybody who needs it. We don't have a sign up sheet that you have to, uh, or an application to become a part of this. There are so many different things that we're building and aspects that you can become involved in. You can just listen to the podcast. You can join us weekly and watch the chaos as we're building this. Um, or ultimately down the line, we want to create an entire ministry of home for people who need it. So it's a big vision. I want a big, big house to do a lot with, because the world has major gaps, and we live in a very broken and hurting world. And people just need to feel safe, seen, heard, and loved. That's it. And if we can do that as people that are already broken, we just come alongside each other and do it together. That's it. So my vision
Being
is
heard and
this
loved. I've never heard
5 years of creating and building ideas and plans. But for 5 years, I've built the people primarily, and the structure. And so now, to move forth, well, we'll see what happens, but we know where we want to go. And I got Juju on board with me, and she said yes. I still don't know why she said yes. Marcus, I don't know why he said yes. But whatever you guys saw in this, that's where this is supposed to go, because you guys saw two different things, and you both feel the same type of way. And for me, I think it's hope, and it's hope for better.
Awesome. So it sounds like you really want to help people from all walks of life,
Yeah.
whatever their issue might be. That's a big
With
one.
real help, though, not just this blanket statement of you need to change your mindset to change your life, and you need to pray more and trust God, and some of the Christianese sayings we hear, even, like some people just need practical help,
Right.
Yeah.
and they need to feel loved, not questioned. And I think a lot of people this day and age, the digital age we live in, we all walk on the defensive, and so we question people first. We question people for their views, their beliefs, their background, why they look this way, why they chose this thing, who they voted for. We put people in boxes, and level up is not about boxes. It's about leveraging and embracing your purpose that you are created for, because each person individually here on this earth is valuable. If they don't know that, I want them to know that.
Well, that's encouraging to me because I know if I can go to church for a second. I know from a lot of pulpits that I have been sitting underneath, I've heard things like what you just said. You need to pray more. And if you have somebody in the audience that has the next question, which is, well, how do I pray? And you don't tell them how, to just tell them that you need to pray more isn't really helping them. So if
Mm-hmm.
you can be more, if we can be a sounding board for more practicality on the how, um, to me, that's extremely encouraging from a Christian perspective.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of practical resources and knowledge that we can all offer each other, because we all are built for a different purpose. We all have different skills, skill sets, and knowledge. I mean, even me and Juju, just last night, we were talking about how she was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're working on that," and like, your mind's there, because like I am not even thinking about that, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm all over that." Like that's the whole reason I'm like trying to do this that I told you I was doing last week, is because I want that to be, high quality and effectively done. And so we have different skill sets, and combining those instead of comparing each other, or trying to explain our own inadequacies. We just, I mean, you, me, and Juju, Marcus, like the three of us all do that together, even with the YouTube lives. You know, I have ideas, I have visions, but I need help to actually make it happen and to hone it down into not this, so we can help people effectively. Because you ask me the vision, and I'm like, it's like there's like a lot here. Like, but we need people to make it happen and money to make it happen. And we're all volunteers. None of us are getting paid, but the power of people coming together, it's not for naught, because I have seen it over the years. And the people that have taken part of this without asking for anything has created this point where we've launched a podcast, we have a website, we have a weekly YouTube live series. All of us are broke and none of us are getting paid, but all of us have a passion for what this could become, including all of the other people that have helped with this. They consider themselves part of the family. And, the sky is the limit with the power of people. I love God and I love people, and people can come. They don't have to love God. They don't have to know God. They don't have to understand God. We're all figuring it out together. But I can tell my story, and I can talk about my pain to purpose and what I've learned, and you guys can do the same, as well as the notebook page and a half of people that have already contributed to this in some way and are part of the family. You know, just join the squad. We don't care who you are, what you believe, where you came from, or what you look like. You are welcome here. And there is a family that will love you beyond mistakes. If that's what you need, that's what we are. We're just broken people that have made a lot of mistakes and are trying not to make them anymore. So we help each other now and get transparent and raw about it and real, to walk each other through the journey. And we put it on display for anyone who wants to do life with us at this level. Juju, do you agree?
Yes.
Juju.
Juju has a heart for people, and an interest in the minds, and ultimately wants to be able to go into counseling with a PhD, and hopefully be a part of Level Up. I need money to be able to pay her for that, but that's down the line. Small steps, big dreams. But Juju has a heart for people that I think very much aligns with the one that I have in a different way, that she can minister and reach out and help build this thing. Juju, your heart for people and your interests are different than mine, because I'm not interested in getting a psychology degree. I'm not. I don't have no, like I'm business. I love business. I love business. And I love people. But we need to be able to effectively reach the hearts of people by understanding things. And our conversations, Juju, about like um things like ADHD and the issues that we struggle with, um, or neurodivergence, or therapy, and how that's a stigma. People, do I go to therapy? Do I need therapy? Like, there's a lot of things that people need help with at the mental level, just to life. And if they don't have the money for that and they just need a friend and they need help, I feel like you have the same level. I feel like you have the same heart that I do, but also for kids too. You know, my niece
Yeah.
is adopted through the foster system. You have a heart for kids in the foster system, especially ones that they age out. They
Yeah.
age out and they don't have somewhere to go. So I
Yeah.
would love if you talk about some of your ideas, like the adulting binder, dial a dad.
Yeah. I mean, really what Krista was saying earlier is just, you know, and like Marcus was saying, so often the church says, like, pray more. If you're feeling anxious, just like pray more, worship harder, read your Bible more. But if you're really struggling with physical, practical needs, prayer isn't going to change that, you know? Um, I mean, it can definitely help. I'm not saying never pray, because you never know how that
Yeah,
might
there
lead
is healing.
somebody else reaching out. Yeah, like healing is possible, but there's still practical, tangible needs. Can you guys stop? I'm so sorry, my cats are
Her babies.
being cats in the background. But and so that's where our heart really is to um kind of fill that gap between needs and fulfilling those needs, you know?
And we have to do it practically. Like,
Yeah. And so
what
that's
if
where,
my toilet stops working on a Sunday and I have no one to call?
yeah. And so it's like we have the podcast, and so we're doing, a series of mini series that are each on a different topic. So we have narcissism released. We have healing that's going to be coming up very soon, and we'll start releasing that. The entire narcissism series has already been released. That's 4 episodes, so go and check that out. Healing will be coming very soon, and we'll be starting to release weekly episodes. And then we will have more series coming in the future that will be on other topics that will help give like practical, tangible advice to people, while also hearing people's stories and learning about,
Mhm.
people's lives and experiences. But we also have big dreams, to fill other physical needs. Like that's why Krista and I have such a heart to have a ranch one day, to like have a place where we can both live and both be like central to like Level Up, be like the Level Up ranch. Like we can both be there. We can have, like housing for any other employees if they need it to be, like right there. Have like a big like house on the property where we can host, like holidays for people who are in the area who don't have family to go to, who are estranged from their family, who aren't able to travel, who just don't want to be alone and don't have other options. Um, to be able to host like Christmases and Thanksgiving, and to be able to host Bible studies, and to just be a meeting place of a safe, welcoming place where, anybody who works there is going to be like completely vetted. Like we'll make sure that like security is in place. Like we want it to be a place where people can just come, feel safe, feel welcomed, feel relaxed. Like we're both introverts, so it's not just going to be like an extrovert's paradise kind of place where introverts are going to be like, I don't want to go and be around a bunch of people. Like, we know we will create safe places for the
Please,
quiet introverts who like to observe more than participate. Like
Who are drained easily.
we see those things. We are, we come to it from experience. And again, like my psychological background, or working on it, and like that passion that I have for that, Krista's business side, I feel like we very much work well together because we fill what each other is lacking in that kind of way. Because like I have a lot of creative ideas, Krista has a lot of creative ideas, but where we're able to put them into action is very different areas that are very complementary to each other. And we both kind of have that I guess I want to call it like a Jonathan spirit, where we love to support and help other people. Like we feel like we succeed when we help other people succeed. And so that's one of the reasons I love aligning with her, because she has such a beautiful vision. She has a freaking master's degree, like she has had careers that she has been incredibly successful in. Like she knows how to make things happen, and she's able to stick with things. She's very passionate, she's excited, she gives her 150 million% to whatever she's putting her mind to. So it's like, it's not just like a big grand idea. Like we are still figuring everything out. We are at the very beginning, baby steps. We are learning as we go, and that's going to come with a lot of stumbles and falls, but like that's not making us give up. Like we are, still reaching for everything. I am babbling. I do that a lot. But anyway,
I didn't take it as babbling. I was like,
very good.
Yeah.
But like other ways that we want to help meet people's needs, we want to eventually do YouTube series of pre-recorded videos that are practical advice of, here's how to unstick your sink disposal. Here's how to hang in picture properly with like the right stuff for your drywall. Here's how to hang curtains. Here's how to change the air filter in your HVAC system. Like all those little practical things that a lot of people have never been taught. That it can save you from having to hire a professional or call maintenance if you have a, apartment complex. And then, like basic cooking things, how to like roast vegetables, how to steam vegetables, how to, cut things in certain styles, how to, make some basic meals. Again, just basic things, how to change the oil in your car, how to rotate your tires, how to do just those basic life skills that a lot of people never get the opportunity to learn, kind of like an adulting series. We want to, what else? We want to, again, like she mentioned, like I have an idea for adulting binders, like, because I feel like I was inadequately prepared for adulthood when I was a teenager, partially because that was just my personality. I was very rebellious towards my parents. Sorry to them. But also just like, I don't feel like they necessarily took the opportunities that they had always to teach me things. Just based on their own schedules or energy levels or time available, supplies available, all that stuff. It's not completely their fault. It was just, opportunities were not always available or taken. But so to have something printed out, or that you can print out, that is just a bunch of, again, like practical life skills, like a whole chart of what different laundry symbols mean and how to wash different kinds of things. Like if you're doing white clothes, use hot water. If you're washing dark clothes, use cold water, that kind of stuff that it's hard to remember when you're first out on your own learning how to do things. And how to tie a tie if you're going out, or or have a job that requires it, or like just practical things. Maybe they can have like a QR code where you can scan that'll take you directly to a YouTube video that shows somebody how to do it, so you kind of reach the people who think visually, or like who learn visually versus auditorily, versus like kinesthetically. If you need to see somebody doing it, if you need that written instruction, you can just easily flip back to like, we don't just want to see the need, we want to address it, we want to fill it, we want to do practical things. Like eventually down the line, we want to be able to set up like a volunteer system that can be like a village for people who don't have support around them, to have people who are vetted professionals but who are able to donate their time and their skills for reasonable things. So like have somebody who's been a mom, or like who is a grandma and her kids live out of state and she wants to live on some babies, and there's a new mom whose husband just went back to work, or she's a single mom, or the in-laws just left, and she's got this 2-week-old baby and she is just exhausted, and the laundry is piled up and the dishes are piled up, and she's just overwhelmed and hasn't taken a shower in a week, and she's just struggling. Like to have somebody who can come in for a few hours and be like, I can sit with your baby and make sure that they are safe and loved and cared for while you go and shower, or you can take a nap. Or if you want to just spend some quality time with your baby, I can do the dishes, I can do the laundry, I can, vacuum and mop and, do those practical things for you, so you can just enjoy being, with your baby. For people who are, like single women, like to have, a plumber who is able to come in for, volunteer an hour of labor on a weekend to come and like help with a drain issue in their bathroom, or whatever it may be, just like small ways. Hopefully maybe Level Up will one day get to a financial area where we can cover the costs of those things, on a case by case basis, so people aren't just completely donating all their time for free, but so that it's free at the point of
effective
contact for the
quality
person
help.
receiving the care. Yeah, exactly. So we have big dreams where we really want to love on people. We want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Love is not just a feeling. Love is an action word. So we want to put the love of God in action and actually take care of people, not just in words or by prayer, but by physically providing care and meeting people's practical, tangible needs, where so many people are left without that help. We would love, again, these are big dreams, these are far in the future, but things that we would love to do is not just do things locally. Like all three of us are in different places. Krista's in Texas, I'm in Arizona, Marcus is in Florida. Eventually, hopefully, I will be able to move to Texas to be closer to Krista, and it'll be so much easier to build things when we're like in the same city and not trying to do everything digitally through like voice notes and Marco Polo and video chat.
Still never having met each other.
Yeah, none of us have.
We've never even met in person.
We've never met in person.
None of us have ever met in person, and look where we are, what we've built. That is the power of community. Proximity does not have to be there. I mean, now that we're building Level Up, it kind of is necessary to some point. But
yeah,
we'll get you
eventually I'll be able to get over to Texas, and it'll be so much nicer to plan things like physically in the same room. Sorry, I have these weird hiccups.
That was the cutest hiccup ever.
That's been sitting in my throat for like 20 minutes, and I've just been sitting.
You should have just let it out.
Freedom. It wasn't like ready yet. It was just like sitting there on the edge of spasm, but wasn't like completing to make the noise. I'm sorry, friends. I love it.
We're all weird, and none of us fit in exactly in society the way society tells us we should, and that's because nobody fits in the way that the society and the world tells us we should. So For the ones who don't, we're here.
Yeah. But so we have very big dreams. We have a lot of things that we really want to do. We are still working out all the practical ways to get from here to there. And again, we are learning as we go. We are seeking help from people who are further ahead in things than we are. We're available where we, come into contact with those people, and we're diving into things. I've never made a website before, but I made levelupppodsquad.com. You can check it out. It's still a work in progress. We have a lot more stuff that will be coming. That it is made, it is published, so you can check that out.
Buy some merch.
Yeah, we have a merch shop. You can buy some merch if you want to, support us. Check out the Level Up t-shirts that Marcus and Krista are wearing. You can have your very own Level Up shirt. And they come in a myriad of colors. We have other things. We have laptop sleeves. We have tote bags. We have mouse pads. We have stickers and tumblers and mugs and all sorts of fun stuff. So you can go and check that out. But yeah, I've never done that before. We are learning as we go. Sorry, the cats are being cats.
That's cute. That's cute.
Jeffrey, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear them yelling in the background.
I love it. I love it. It's adorable.
It's real life happening over here, you guys.
Yes.
They're siblings, so they're, brother terrorizing his sister. But
oh no, my favorite is when you're just like, get your face out of her butt.
That is a repeated line over here. It's something that I say very often. Sometimes it's get your nose out of your sister's butt or your uncle's butt, or stop trying to attack your mother. She brought you into this world. She can take you out. It's fun. My cats, I have 2 families of cats that are biologically related, so it's very fun, the kinds of unhinged things that I can say. And I always wonder if my upstairs neighbors can hear me yelling sometimes. They may think that we're a very questionable family down here.
If you need any advice on pet parenting, hey, something else, you know where to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let Juju outside because that's where the cats find her.
Yes, but there's a wealth of random knowledge in that brain because of her
another
pet
area
lover
I'm learning as I go. But yeah, a little tangent there. But yeah, so we really have a heart for people. Getting back to the subject at hand, we really want to fill the need for people who are single, who are lonely, who may be surrounded by people but still feel lonely. People who are widowed or orphaned or not close with their families, like people who feel lost or feel alone or feel unseen or unnoticed or unheard or unloved. That's why our thing is we want to make people feel seen and heard and known and loved. Like, we've all had, long periods of our lives where we have, not felt loved or seen or known or heard. And we know from personal experience how painful and how isolating and how destructive that can be. And we don't want anybody to feel that way as much as we can help it.
Absolutely.
We are not perfect, but we have a huge hearts for loving people, and we hope that one day we will have the opportunity to really put these dreams into practice.
Yeah, I like what you said also about loving people in the way they need to be loved in a customized way, because some people need that written instruction of the help that they need. Some people need a QR code to link to a video to watch it because they're a visual learner. Some people want to write in. So that's another thing that you can talk about. Juju, if you thought your hiccup was embarrassing, I'm about to top it because I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm literally gonna just go off camera for a second. Can you talk about dear friend? Because I
Yeah,
think that is also a really cool part of what we're planning.
have fun. Um, but yeah, so we're working. We're still trying to figure out exactly when and how, and what platform we are going to launch it. We're not sure if it's going to be directly on our website, if it's going to be on Substack, if it'll probably end up being on both, maybe. But we are going to launch a Dear Abby style like advice column called Dear Friend. We have an email address that we will be using for that, specifically, that we'll give out once we uh, have plans more solidified and are ready to launch it for serious. But it'll be a thing where you can write in and you can ask for, kind of give a little background information for what's going on and ask for advice about a situation or something that you're dealing with. And um we'll have somebody who will write back. Anything that you say will be completely anonymous. um but again, it'll just be like that Dear Abby style column where we'll um uh give advice and we'll post it on our website or Substack or both, or we're still working out the details, but we have some good
We have
advice.
one letter in the queue.
Yeah. So far.
And anyone can write in if you listen to this and you have a question you'd like to write in.
Yeah.
This is a squad of people with Level Up that are dedicated to being able to answer these questions and give this type of help if people need it. Because, if you don't know where to turn and you want to send an email, then send an email to leveluppodcastsquad@gmail.com and title it Dear Friend in the subject line and ask your question. And we will do our best to answer and, give any help that we need. And eventually we would like to be able to, post and publish these answers and these questions for other people to get the same type of help, because you're not alone. If you have a question, trust me, you're not alone. That's one thing we've all learned. We either have the same questions or we have different ones, but we can help answer them together with the people that have the expertise and the knowledge and the skill sets as we build this network, to be able to help the ones who need it in whatever way they need.
So, if I can kind of throw this out there, some of the issues that people don't, some of the issues that are taboo in our society, such as burnout, um, the narcissism series that just came out. I was so happy that something like that did come out, because narcissism is one of those things that it's somewhat taboo, but it's also well, it's actually kind of strange, because in some venues it's taboo, and then in other venues it's actually talked about too much and actually misidentified. So, um, but things of that nature, like certain triggers that people have, areas that people have trouble growing in, maybe they're not in the proper atmosphere. Is there a way that we can? And I think you guys have already talked about some of this, but is there a way that somebody that if there's a teenager that um, he's 18 years old, he's just graduated from high school, he doesn't want to go to college, but his whole family is telling him to go, but his desire and dream and ambition is to do something else. Is there a way that we can provide a safe place for him to express his ideas, and if he or she um, suffers abandonment, and I'm just kind of throwing this out there, is there a way that we can provide a safe place for somebody of that in a caliber such as that?
Juju? Do you have a response? If not, I
You
do,
take that
but
one.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we both do.
You start.
So with someone like that, I mean, first of all, yes, the answer is yes. Like, this is a safe place. We may not have the answers, but helping doesn't mean fixing it. Helping means being there and making someone feel cared about. Doesn't require fixing a problem. However, that's what this is built for. We want to help people get there and fix those issues. So, with someone like that, I would love to be able to provide perspective and sit down with this person, say, high school boy, like you said, a senior boy that is debating whether to go to college and feeling pressured by the family. Okay, so we need to think about the career trajectory of your future. What are you good at? What is your passion? What does the world need? And how can you get paid for it? Because you may be good at something, we can't monetize it. You may be passionate about something, or you may be good at something but not passionate about it. There's a lot of different factors that play in, right? So if you can get help, for example, there's these different resources. I literally have a draft set up of links that you can click on and go to these sites to do assessments, whether it be skill assessments, personality assessments that then lead to potential careers based on how you score. These are free resources that I personally have used and helped others use, working in the higher education sector, or I've been referred to in my own professional development programs and the leadership programs I've done. If you find out what your interests are, what you're good at, what is the potential there, then you can make the connection between, do I need to go to college to do what ultimately I want to do? And you can answer those questions by figuring out more of your identity, not as the world wants you to be, but as you're created to be. And I believe everybody is created by the one true living creator. They're created by God. But not everyone has to believe in God to be a part of this, to get the practical help that the network has come together to create so that people can understand things. Like, you don't have to be a Christian to come figure out what you're good at, what the world needs, what you're passionate about, how to get paid for it, and then get linked to people and industries across the nation that could help you or that you can get a job with. Help with your resume, because if you don't know how to do a resume, there's very specific ways that people do resumes, and it depends on the industry you're in. And so what you put in your resume, whether it's 1 page, 2 pages, or 5 pages, it makes a very big difference if you are applying for a small business, the public sector, like with the government. It All of those things matter. So someone who needs help in this way needs an hour-long conversation with someone who can sort of give him the foundation of things and the ideas that they need to start thinking about, to then be able to not just come running back constantly, because it creates like a dependency on whoever's giving the advice. It creates the fire and gives the tips and resources to help that person be able to then continue. And there's so many coaching programs and things out there that require money. And where do you go? What do you like? What's going to be helpful? This is the same with therapy, right? If you're paying for therapy, it's expensive. If you're not paying, it's a different story. But a lot of people don't go to therapy because they've either heard something bad about it, or they don't know how it works and thinks it's pointless, like I used to think, until someone that was also in the same brain of mine was like, Krista, it totally changed my life. I can't explain how, but I can tell you therapy changed my life. And I used to be cynical. I want to open people's minds with the collective of knowledge and resources and expertise that we've built in these particular areas. Not everyone's going to be introduced in the interested in the narcissism series. Not everybody's going to be interested in the business professional development series. Not everybody's going to be interested in walking down triggers or emotions or whatever because they're too busy just trying to figure out how to life and they need practical help, like how to fix my toilet because they can't afford a plumber and have no one to call. There are so many different areas, and I think that I totally lost my train of thought after that sentence, like basically. Yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. Sorry, guys. Wow, that's embarrassing. The end. Juju?
So I think basically what she was getting at is, yes, if there's an 18-year-old boy who's trying to figure things out, you can reach out to us and we'll be happy
yeah,
to
that.
provide as many resources as we can.
I was like, where did I start?
The birdie has left the building.
ADHD. No, it's ADHD. Coming with a rampage. Sorry. Anyway, thank you, Juju, for filling my gaps once again, because I'm like, what was I even saying? I'm live. I don't even know what point was I getting at? I just want to help people. I love people.
The heart of Level Up right there.
There you go. That's right.
Like, sorry, it's messy. It is. It is. Life is messy. And building something and realizing how much money you need to build it the way that is expected to monetize it, that's hard too.
Yeah.
Social media manager, website developer, blah, 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 audio editor, all at the level of quality. Oh my gosh, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And we haven't taken a dime of sponsorship. Not that we're opposed to it. So, not that we're opposed to it. But we're small. It's small steps, big dreams.
Yes.
Guys, I'm just like, now I'm a mess. I'm like, oh, I hope I said something good on this episode because I feel like my brain is like a tangled roller coaster now. So now I just feel ridiculous. What are we talking about next?
Marcus got another question for us?
Right?
Well,
Marcus, what's up? Tell us about your life. Just kidding. But maybe for reals. Like, you said yes to becoming a host of something. You have no idea where this was going. Literally, it was all question marks. And you said yes.
Speaking of people who have not done something before, I've never been a host of anything. So, yeah.
And he's an introvert.
Yes, there are 3 introverts on this call. But yeah, I very new to me still. I'm still figuring out how to where to interject. What questions?
Like, guys, I didn't give him a plan at all. I just was like, you want to be the host of Level Up weekly on YouTube?
Yeah.
I was like, pray about it. He prayed about it, and he's like, I think we're supposed to do this. Oh, my parents have a landline. Sorry, the phone's ringing, if you can hear that.
And I very much had an Exodus 3 moment where, God, I don't speak well. So, there's somebody else that can do this better. But here I am.
I literally just turned off the camera and muted myself to go to the bathroom. My parents' phone is officially ringing in the background. Don't know if you can hear it. So you don't have to portray yourself in any particular way because...
Well, it's better than a fire engine going past the house, That
was funny. You just like paused and like looked up as it was like...
My apologies.
Yeah.
And then you're like, anyway, which is pretty much how it goes. Because I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Moving on.
So it goes off camera. Anyway, this is Level Up. This is broken real, raw, authentic, vulnerable people. We are not trying to put on a face. We are not trying to make a statement, and we are not aligning ourselves with big money for the sake of being able to look fancy. We're not appealing to eyes on social media and flashy stuff. I mean, I try my best. I'm really trying with the social media, like cute little videos. I'm not good at this stuff. But what you see is literally what we've all done, just volunteering our time and our effort. We make no money off of this. We are all terrified, but we all feel a very deep connection with the idea of this, which is to bring people together and bring the help that is needed to fill the gaps and make people feel loved without shame.
Mm-hmm.
Shame is really what I reject the most, I think, because the feelings of shame are what kept me away from community and from being honest and being transparent, being real. And shame pigeonholed me into a spiral where I hit rock bottom and felt more alone than ever with so many friends and so much family, but I wasn't real with all of them. I wasn't real and transparent. And at the moment I started changing those relationships 5 years ago, leveling up my life with the collective of people that helped me, I now want to create this with you guys to help anybody who needs it and does not have the money or the resources to pay for it. Like pass it on, or what's the phrase? Like when someone gives it to you and then
Pay it forward.
Pay it. Thank you. Thank you. See,
I've seen the movie. I know things sometimes.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I remember the cover of the movie. My
Oh,
grandma
you
had
need
it.
to watch it. It'll make you cry.
Is it good?
It's good.
Okay, so I've been told I need to watch that and As Good as It Gets.
I haven't seen that one. You might have to do a movie watch night or something.
Oh, we totally should. We totally
Yes.
should. And everybody else listening, you can join too if you'd like to. We'll do a
If we
movie
can
night.
figure out how to do it.
Well, yeah.
I have to
Well,
be
I'm
individually in
thinking
everybody's
Riverside.
hopes, but
Yes, we're
can you
starting
do
small. We need to figure out how to do things, but we want
we're
to do
learning
life
as we
together.
go. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So
On
what do we
Tuesday, we'll
need?
be
What do
watching.
we need, Juju?
Everything. We need a lot of help. But yeah, we're a bunch of broken and broke people who are trying our best to make our big dreams come true. But yeah, again, we
It's
have
chaos, guys.
we have big hearts for a big outreach. You know, we want this to be a big ministry. But again, that takes help. That takes people volunteering their time and their resources. We are all, like Krista's mentioned, like we are all working for free. We need a social media manager bad because that is not in any of our wheelhouses. you
Just
know,
go look at our social media, and you're gonna be like, "How long
it's
have
not-
we been working on this?"
it's not good. That's just not our skill set. We are skilled people, but in very different ways.
Yes, I am
so
not good at
people
that
who
stuff.
can help fill the gaps. You know,
Introduced
Yeah, my 11-year-old niece. My 11-year-old niece could like do better social media stuff than I can. And I mean, she's not legal enough for me to even pay her to do it. But that just goes to show, you know, like people, like what takes me an hour takes her 5 minutes to create and put like a fancy caption and like clip it. And I'm just like, this is hard. And we want stuff on our website, you know, to ultimately be able to like stream things that we're working on from different ways. We need someone to be able to work on this. So Juju does not have to like
It's been
do this stuff because
overwhelming.
she legit learned a website, like what website development in like a month, and launched leveluppodsquad.com.
It was more than a month. I think I started working on it in like August or September. I mean, it was very slow going. I'm
Yeah, but you
chronically
didn't
ill.
really know
I've had a lot
anything.
of
Like
stuff. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
when you
There's
started working on it, like I don't think you actually. I
Yeah.
don't think it's been that long.
Even now, it's very limited. There's been a lot of late night messaging to their support teams. Issues with that.
Talking about RSS feeds and
Yeah, we are figuring it out as we go. But yeah, definitely having people who join the team who actually know what they're doing and don't have to spend months doing something that would take somebody knowledgeable 15 minutes.
That'd be super
That'd be
helpful.
great. We would still love to give input. We have visions for how we would like things to look, but having people do like the actual practical stuff would be great.
Yeah. We got this, guys.
We got this.
We launched.
We did.
Now, where do we go from here? We'll figure it out as we go and let the world watch.
Yeah, we have had
So it
insane
sounds
spiritual
like,
warfare.
as we close,
what?
it sounds like we have the write the vision part down, but the make it plain part we're still working on.
Yeah, we're still working, breaking things down as small as we can, working on series for the podcast and working on the future of the lives and all that kind of stuff. But we're working very hard in the background.
Okay, one of us needs to marry someone rich.
I volunteer as tribute if anybody knows anybody. Half joking.
Me too.
If anybody has a grandfather.
Like,
With
I'm
the-
kind of on the breadwinner side of the equation, so yeah, I'm kind of in a precarious spot there. But
Hers is like, I need a woman whose dad hires me and
know?
pays me a lot of money to do,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever, basically, whatever I want.
Draw well. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, the unlikeliness of all of this is obvious. So we are building this ourselves to the world watching, and you are going to watch us build this podcast, this YouTube talk show weekly series. The series we're working on the political side, the Dear Friend column that will be featured, most likely on Substack, but streamed to social media as well. And if you have advice, if you have questions, we definitely welcome your input because we lack manpower and funds at the moment. We have
we
all the
lack
ideas, though.
manpower, but we don't lack fun. And with that,
That is, say that again. Do it again. Do it again.
we lack manpower, but we don't lack fun.
We got fun and games. On that note,
So, hopefully, you guys that are watching now or will be watching in the future, hopefully you can see that we are not professionals, but we do love each other and we love you. And we hope as we grow, we're just getting started. But as this increases, we hope and pray that God will take it and He will make it into what He would have it to be. We don't know who's going to join us yet, but He does in the name of Jesus. And we thank you all for watching every single week. Those of you that have been watching, we're greatly appreciative of you. We don't want you to feel like we don't want you to ever feel like we don't appreciate your presence because we do. And with that, we will say good night. It is 7:31. We are so glad to have had our
do the heart. You have to do the heart because Juju and I did it.
There we go. But that was a bad
No.
heart. There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
This is how we end it.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with shapes there. So.
Marcus.
There we go. All right.
Here we go. Thank you and good night.
Thank you and good night.
Bye.
That's
I can't click stop yet because I don't